Okay, so how do I buy good weed? I don't know. It's really hard. It's actually incredibly difficult, and I really should be the one who knows. I have worked at a cannabis flavor house for 5 years. Before that, I was in large-scale cannabis product development. And yet, as I travel the country and try cannabis from all of these various markets, it is still incredibly difficult to consistently buy good marijuana. But I have a few habits that I've started to develop when buying weed. Number one, when was the weed born? I want to know what the most recent stuff that came into the shop was, far more than I want to know if something is an indica or a sativa. Because I think the indica-sativa distinction is just silliness. Everything's already a hybrid, but I buy for some flavor categories. I tend to like things that have more of the chemical, truffle, glue smells, and will ask if they have strains that I know are consistent for that category. I tend to avoid things that have a really strong citrus or fruity aroma. Why? Because in my experience, those have typically made me paranoid. That is not the same for every cannabis consumer. I want you to think, what are the flavors that I've enjoyed the most in my smoking experience? And what does that category of flavor look like? So if it is something that has more orange or citrus notes, then you can specifically ask for those things. But definitely ask for material in the shop that was the most recently produced. And I think this is especially important when buying pre-rolled marijuana. The day you roll the joint, it's going downhill from there. Flower is about the same way. There's a cure period that needs to happen for flower where it does need to sit in the jar, but typically once it's at the dispensary, they've already purged the oxygen out of that material with argon or nitrogen in that finished package, so it's no longer curing, and adding age to it just increases how dry it is and makes it a little bit more spoiled. Now, most states will not allow you to smell the material prior to purchasing. But if that is an option, I absolutely always take it. And truly, just let your nose guide you here. Your body will tell you what smells you do and don't like. And I found that more often than not, those equate to the strains and profiles that have a psychotropic effect that you're looking for. All of that's how to buy good flower. Here's another hack for buying good weed. Try to find rosin. Rosin is a wonderful encapsulation. It has a little bit better of a shelf life compared to some of these other things. And I've found that, broadly speaking, rosin producers are high integrity and committed to high quality cannabis production. So it's totally okay to feel confused when you walk into a cannabis dispensary. Even if you're an extremely experienced user, the purchasing process is still daunting, and I would say that I haven't found a single market in the country that's really been able to nail everything on all of these categories. But I'll call out a couple that have done a good job. The Oregon market has done a particularly good job of providing relatively cheap flower. I think they did that by licensing so many different growers to participate in their market and ultimately bringing the price of flower down, which then created some competition among those flower producers to make sure that your stuff is distinguishable and high quality if you want consistent consumers. And the capacity to smell the weed before you buy it is another wonderful thing. I'll also highlight Colorado's market in that they have a wonderful rosin scene where there's a lot of very high quality rosin producers that are extremely committed to the process of production and make some incredible rosins that I would recommend for anyone to try. And again, we have enough of a robust marketplace in Denver that although these materials are still relatively expensive, they're a bit more affordable than other markets while still delivering on some of those high quality things. So it is extremely difficult to find and buy good weed in today's market. I hope it gets easier for people over time, but these are the tools that I'd like you to use if you're looking for purchasing the best weed that you can today.